Hello, everyone. This is Silk. We are doing Operation uh, Thunderball. Japan turned 18.4. Had all sorts of exciting things going on here as far as the end game. You're going to see that. You're going to look at a very, very full tech chart. Just look at all those American successes. They have completed nearly every technology that they've tried here. Large ship being the only real exception that they're having problems with. Everything else they've have more tech dice than they have techs to research, as far as that goes. So, yay for the Americans for that. No real other notes of interest, I don't think, as far as what to get to. The Soviets are making their move on the Germans. It's definitely going to be a problem. We are running out of time as far as the Axis are concerned. The forces are coming in from both sides on the Germans. Fortunately for Japan here, we're not in as bad a shape as we were earlier. We are going to make some moves on Sydney. We'll duke it out with the Americans, and maybe we're going to have some fun with the Brits here. So let's get on to our tech rolls. We are pursuing radar, amphib doctrine, and long-range aircraft. We do successfully get radar, but we fail on the other two. But thanks to the intervention of our associates, perhaps, and maybe a fifth column of the Commonwealth, we have a brand new seaplane. They have upgraded us graciously with from our old seaplane. So we're gonna make use of that and go kill that French sub there. So thank you, Herringbone. Do appreciate generosity there. As for our purchases, we are going to spend 10 on heavy battleships. That's just going to finish these two here. We're going to buy 2 transports, 2 marines, 2 heavy tanks, 1 destroyer, 1 tactical, 1 sub, and 1 infantry. So it's 10. This here is 12 plus 8 is 20, so it's 10 plus 20 is 30. And then 14 plus 6 is also 20. So it's just 10, 30, 50, and then 61 for the tactical, 66 with the marine, 69 with the infantry. So we spend it all. All right. Let's get into our combat moves. Certainly got a few of them there to get some attention. This 8th fleet here is going to go all over the place. So we're probably end up breaking up that marker. So this destroyer starts here. It's going to grab this marine. It's going to come across. It's going to come down into the North Island. It's going to attempt to do an amphib invasion of the North Island there. There is a heavy cruiser that is going to be escorting it. The reason for that is that this submarine sitting here is going to get a chance to take one shot at us as we come in. If he rolls a 1, he'll be able to target select and kill my destroyer, and that will make the amphib invasion fail. But if he rolls a 2 or a 3, I'll take it on my heavy cruiser and let the amphib invasion at least complete. But we are going to get to shoot at him as well, so that'll be a bit of a fun fight. Coming down here, this submarine comes off of raiding. We are not going to be raiding any longer. There will be this carrier drops down. 2 fighters will be disembarking to attack Sydney. All of these infantry coming in to attack Sydney, as are all 6 of these heavy armor, are also driving through and attacking Sydney. There are 2 battleships that split off as well, just the regular types. And they come down here with carrier to create a blockade. God, I should make sure that that's how that works. That a blockade is just 3 ships. Believe so. If not, I'll have to submit a destroyer. So if this carrier doesn't count as a blockader, I'll bring down the last battleship. But I believe that's not necessary. This battleship's going to end up over here if it can. So this battleship will either be here if the carrier does not count as a blockade unit, or it'll end up here. But I believe the carrier does count. we'll check on that post game here. I don't want to slow everything down. This medium bomber flies across. It's going to bomb that airfield. And at that point, once the airfield's gone and the blockade's established, this city's surrounded, and it's going to be a whole lot easier to kill. So that is that fight there, that fight there, that fight there. Coming over here, we are going to disembark this destroyer. Takes one Marine off of Guam and simply comes over to the Marshall Islands. And drops that Marine off at Guam, so that gets us $1 off the U.S. We will do that right now, just to try to keep everything set. And then separate from that, this Marine, this transport, and this destroyer take these 2 Marines and 1 infantry. They bring them over to Wake. These 2 transports here in P-15 take these 2 heavy armor and these 2 Marines. It's just 1, 2, 3. All go to Wake. So that's a total of 7 amphibious attacking units. And we are going to have, probably should get a fleet marker. 6 fleet marker, we're not going to need any more. So these 2 BBs are currently here. And 1, 2, 3, 4 are going to come up there. So the 6th will have these 2 advanced battleships from the sea zone just south of New Guinea, north of Queensland, go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they bombard into Wake Island. The damaged battleship joins them, as does 1, 2, 3. That's right. I was going to split one off. 1, 2, 3. That's the key. So of these 2 battleships that were here, 1 actually stays. That is not a combat move, so only 1 goes. And then the 2 come over from Guam. The 1 comes over, 1, 2 from Tokyo, and the 1 comes over from Tokyo, Sea Japan, P-15. For a grand total of 5 heavy battleships, 1 undamaged battleship, and then just the single destroyer. This 0 will attack the French sub in P-14, our new advanced seaplane. It's going to try to kill the other French sub. Over here, this French sub is going to slide underneath these ships and kill that Anzac transport. That's not important. Meanwhile, these 2 coastal subs are going to advance and do an attack. This battleship will come out of port from P-50 and slide over and do an attack. We're going to hope to get 2 hits there and not 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. So that's that, that's that. He's a non-combat movement. All these guys are non-combat movement. At that point. Aha. That's where, no, that's a regular battleship. Yeah, gotcha. So all these guys are non-combat movement. This regular battleship, again, might actually be here. He might be south of Sydney, or he's going to be up here. I'm just not sure rule-wise which spot he has to be in. So this submarine just decided not to attack us as the transports went over. This sub is attacking. We're probably going to start with that fight. I don't think I have any actual rating, because I think we're just planning on taking all their money anyway. So that should be all of our combat moves. I do believe that is all of our combat moves. Is that the one? 4, 5. I believe so. All right. So let's do this fight here real quick. His submarine does not have first strike since I have a destroyer here. So I have my destroyer that would normally be at a 4 is actually only at a 3 though, because he's carrying a unit. And then I have my heavy cruiser, which is at a 6. So we're going to attack that sub that's trying to stop us. So the heavy cruiser does. Ooh, sorry about that. Just let out a big old sneeze. All right. So submarine gets to fight me. I really need this to not be a 1. It's really about the only thing. It's really a disaster. It's an 8, so he misses. All right. So there's that. So submarine misses. Um, Marine takes the territory. That gives us $1 more. And the Anzac loses $1. And then we can go ahead and do the fight. Queensland. We'll do Queensland's last. That's an automatic. I already took that one off. We've got a hopefully pretty easy fight here in Wake. I've got 5 bombards at 5 and 1 bombard, I believe at 3 for being damaged. And we get them. So that's the end of that. So they do take Wake. Let's do this quick little strafing run here. So I've got 2 coastal submarines at a 1, and I've got a regular battleship at an 8. Did not get my 2 hits, so that's a bummer, but I at least got 1. Coastal sub did manage to... Oh, no, I did get 2 hits. They're at 8s, not 6s. All right, so I got 2 and a 7, so 2 hits. So he, I presume, will lose the TB Destroyer and the Destroyer. He's got a TB Destroyer at 2. Uh-oh. He's got a regular Destroyer at 4. So there's a hit, so that's a dead coastal. And then he's got a heavy cruiser at 6, which also hits, so also a dead coastal. We will then retreat back. I was hoping I was going to get 2 hits and he was only going to get 1, but life is not always works out the way you want it to. So that solves that. At that point, only fight let's do our rating. We'll see how great that can be. Let's pick a new freaking die. All right. Surely the purple dice will save me. Okay. Our wonderful seaplane on its, 7th effort to kill this French sub. It needs a 3. It gets a 5. Almost a 3. It was thinking about it, but it's a 5, so it misses. I then have a 0 fighter who at a 6 is trying to kill the other French sub. Surely at some point we're going to kill a sub. But not today. Good God, this is terrible. For all the various things that have gone well enough in this game, my sub hunting has not been one of them. So that's that there. I think all I got left is Sydney at that point. So let's go ahead and get down to that. Oh, my bomber. So my bomber will automatically bomb this airfield. That happens. So it does 6. So it maxes out the damage on the airfield, which I believe is 5. I actually don't think you can do 6 damage to an airfield. But he then gets to shoot me back at a 1, 2, or 3. And he will kill my bomber with the inherent AA gun of his facility. He gets 12. Okay. So at least the bomber lived. Yay for that. And now, down here, I've got Sydney set up. So we have 3 artillery first strikes at, although this is a mountain territory. We got to take that into account. As far as technically how we're viewing all these dice here. They're not affected by the mountains, but these guys all are. So those are all 7s. All right. So we have 4 at 1. We got 3 first strikes at 2 from the artillery. We got 3 boosted troops, so that's our orange dice there. Those are also the 2s. We then have 2 6s for our fighters, and we've got 6 7s for our armor. He, meanwhile, has 2 first strikes from the fortification. It is surrounded, so he's increased by 2, but it's at -1 for being surrounded. So his A guns are at 2. His militia, that would normally start at a 2, go up 2 to 4, but then lose 1 and end up at 3. And the infantry end up with the same thing. They go up 2, but then fall back 1 for the surrounded, end up at 5. So that's what we've got here. So let's start with our first strikes. I have 3 at 2. Looks like nothing. Nothing. He's got 2 at 5. Uh-oh. Double hit. Jeez. This is not a great way to start this. Both those dice go away before I even get to roll them. Alright, here we go. Here's my 1s. Nothing. Here's my other 2s. Looks like nothing. Here's my planes. This is not a good start. Well, planes got 2 hits, and boy, I'm hoping to win this. 7 7s here. So that 10's definitely a miss. The 11's a miss. 10's a miss. But 5, 6, and 3. So I got 2 hits from the planes, 3 hits from the armor. Total of 5 hits. He had gotten his 2 first strike hits, which I already took. So let's see what else he's got for me. So he's got his 2. These are at 2s here. So those miss, fortunately. He then has his militia at 3s. So they miss. And then these 2 dice have already rolled. They're not coming back. And then he's got his 12 at 5s. This is the real painful spot here. And boy, did he dish it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of 12 dice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at that. Jesus. So 2 and then 6. All I have left are my armor. Look at that go. For his 1s, he does not get his target select on my armor because of the surround effect. So all my guys are gone. He has to take 5 hits back, which 1 goes off the AAA, 2 goes off the militia, and then he'll lose. We'll keep the motorized, I guess. So he'll just lose 2 infantry. So that was pretty terrible for the good guys here. Thought I had a pretty good battle plan here, but dice are dice, and that no turning back now. He does fall down to 3s, so that might be my saving grace. But he still has a lot of guys. He has 10 units left for me to chew through, whereas I only have 8 units left. So here we go, round 2. Hopefully I can get some hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a miss. That's a miss. And then I have 1 more die floating somewhere, so we re-roll this one here. And it's a hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 hits for the good guys there. And then he's got his dice coming back. He is now down to 3s. So hopefully that's going to keep me alive. But he got some more of them. 1, 2, 3. That should be a 4. So 2's a hit, and both 3s here are hits. So he got 3 more. So we are going to lose this fight, is what is going to happen. I lose a fighter. So I lose 3. He loses 5. Still has 3, 6, 7 dice left. 4, 5, 6, 7. Have to make him lose hits. Wait, 1, 2, 3. No, because I did 5 hits. I did 5 hits. He loses 2 more guys. Okay, that helps. 4, 5. He should have 5 dice left. 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 dice left. All right. He's got 5 dice left. I've got 5 dice left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 plane. Running out of guys here to try to kill this and win this fight. Need hits. Only got 2. Just the 7 and the 6. That was pretty horrific. Pretty horrific dice here. For a fight that should have been kind of a cakewalk. Got lucky, he only got one hit. So we'll lose another armor. This is just great. I only did the one hit. No, I got two hits. Alright. So he loses that, and I'll turn him into... He loses two of them. Four guys on three. One hit. Amazing how many sevens can miss. He got a two. He got another hit. So I kill one guy. He kills one guy. This is 3 on 2. Am I ever allowed to finish this fight? No. All misses. He has 2 dice left. Best, most amazing defense ever. Gets a hit. Kills my fighter at that point. I have 2 dice left. Am I allowed to win? 2 hits. All he has to do is hit with both of these, and we fail. And we're allowed to win with very, very little left. Well done there, Hambone. That was pretty fantastic as far as a stiff defense of all of these guys are gone. Both of my fighters are dead. We do manage to take Sydney. So that will empty their bank. They do not surrender. I have not taken all of their home country territories yet. So we do get $2. And Zach loses $2, but their bank does empty. So that is small consolation for the amount of casualties that we took there. Where's my other battleship? Did he fall off the board? Should have 2 battleships here. Now I'm confused. Because I had 4. So I'll have to go back and check all of this. But as far as I know, I have 4 battleships at the start of this turn. Because 4... Right? No, because I had a total of 5. So that must be down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then the 5th. Okay. I'm counting correctly. All right. Sorry, guys. It's a little bit of a late night here, and I'm starting to lose my mind here. Okay, so I should have 5 battleships. 2 here, 1 here in the 8th, and then 1 here getting repaired, and the 1 here that just went to the fight. That's my 5 battleships. All right. I can't land on my planes. They're already dead. So the medium bomber just flies back. 1, 2, 4. Yeah, can't imagine there's any place better for him to go. And then this 8th fleet is going to get broken up here. So 1, 2, 3, which I guess I actually could just do it that way. This battleship that's in the 8th goes 1 here and then 1 here to the 100th. Hang out with the destroyer there. Try to kind of see if we can coax these battleships out of port and get ourselves a fight with them here. Then the rest of the 8th. The rest of the 8th, including this guy here, actually goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Comes over here and meets up with this core base battleship. These two here get repaired at the end of the turn, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that via that dockyard there. My army in Delhi, I actually am going to turn into a card, which I now have a good card available, so we'll go ahead and use that one. So this army in Delhi, everything in Delhi moves to Punjab. Everything in Benares moves to Punjab. So we can kind of get ourselves in a spot where we can take care of these pesky Gurkhas if we need to. Any other rail movements we want to do here? I'm going to move this artillery over to here, over to Korea from Rihi. Don't necessarily think that Soviets are going to be too mean to me, but you never can tell. So we'll move out of Shenxi. This motorized and artillery will drive to Peking. And then I think we're going to rail an infantry from Siam all the way up to Korea. Just enough to make sure that the Soviets play nice. I think they're getting angry and gonna fight the Allies a bit, but we gotta keep an eye on them. That's all we're mostly trying to do there. Hopefully that's it. I don't think I have anything else I can do. He landed. Just can't kill subs. So I think we're done. Alright. Did I get myself the 2 for? I believe so. I think that 2. I went up 3 total. So yeah, I think actually 4 total, right? 2, 3. Should have gone up 4 total. 2 for that, 1 for North Island, 1 for retaking the Marshall. And Wake is actually worth an additional bonus. So our bonus income does go up just by 1. So we're actually now at plus 7, plus the 8. So we're at plus 15 to our bonus income now. I think we're at placement stage here. So we'll drop our 2 battleships here in port, just to get the Americans' attention. So that's this one and this one. So they got finished. We then have 2 transports and 2 Marines. Also go into that. And I wasn't really sure what was going to happen, so I bought 2 armor just in case. Different spots they might go into, but we're going to go ahead and put that armor also in Tokyo there. And see if that doesn't get some of the bad guys' attentions there. This tactical goes in Siam to also help hopefully fight those submarines if he's going to raid here. And then we've got a submarine that goes off of India. And then a destroyer and infantry. The infantry is going in Rihi. And the destroyer goes with the 2 battleships and the 2 transports in Tokyo. And that should be it. So force distribution real quick. Wake is 4 Marines and an infantry and 2 heavy armor. Marshall is just a single Marine. Wake is, what, 6 heavy battleships and a destroyer. Whereas Marshall is just a battleship and a destroyer. And then the North Island, South Island Sea Zone is a heavy cruiser destroyer. And then office. Oh, this guy goes right 1, 2, 3. Sorry, he just comes sliding over this way, trying to mess with the British. They seem to be getting pretty close to us, so we're gonna do that. So office. There we go. Off of Sydney, I've got 2 battleships and a fleet carrier. Again, if I have to, this battleship is down there, but I don't think he has to be. We're going to check that rules-wise just to make sure. Single submarine, 2 zones away from dear old Sumatra there. I've got a sub off of Calcutta. I've got a sub off of Maharashtra. The fleet off of Ceylon is a battleship, a heavy battleship, 3 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers. No destroyers, it seems. I guess I've lost them all. I may have to get another destroyer down there, huh? Off of Punjab, I've got 3 heavy armor, a medium armor, a light armor, a marine, 3 infantry, 2 artillery. I'm going to move these guys over a little bit. So that's an anti-China force. In Shenxi, I've still got 3 heavy armor, 2 medium armor, 2 artilleries, a marine, and a mountain. Kwangtung is 2 militia, 4 infantry, 2 artillery. Siam is 2 infantry and artillery. Malaya is a militia and an infantry. That should be everything. Income is 66 plus 15, so it's 81 before we lose all our money from our convoy rating that we can't seem to stop. And that should be it. So let's kind of give you guys a nice quick view of the board here. We're going to pass it over to Hambone there, and he'll bring you Commonwealth 18-4 or 18-5, I guess. Probably have it turn out. If it game doesn't end, it should now end on a 1-5 unless the Allies take Paris. Taking the city did just help us in that regard. So we'll see y'all later. Have a great day.